With 2023 coming to an end, I think now is a good time to look into the coming year, 2024, to see what we can expect as far as the housing market, economy, and more. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys are new around here, you can like and subscribe. I talk all things related to fitness, business, and lifestyle. Why sell? Probably the most important part of this video. Everybody will have a different why, but depending on your reason, you will know if it's a good idea or not to sell. Inventory is still at an all-time low, causing the prices to continue to rise. Interest rates for the most part are also still pretty high, and I think will remain so throughout 2024. I understand you may have a 2 or a 4% interest rate, but I don't think interest rates will ever go down to 4% again. So if you want to sell, what you have to understand is you will most likely be getting something that is still expensive. If you want to sell to get something smaller or downsize, make sure you actually find what you're looking for first before putting your house on the market. If you want to sell to move to a state where housing is more affordable, I'd recommend you actually look at the market and see if the prices are what you want them to be. Prices are high everywhere, and in the states where people have migrated to, prices have risen there as well. Now, if you want to sell because you think the bubble is going to pop and you're going to buy everything at a discount, I'd recommend you take a second look at the market. I'm asking you to do some research to see if selling really is the best option for you, because for some of you it will be and for some of you it won't be. Look at your current situation and look at where you want to be. How do they differ? Is the house bigger or smaller? Is the payment higher or lower? Is the climate warmer or colder? Ask yourself, is this really worth it to me? Is this what I really want to do? If it is what you really want to do and you're clear on where you want to go, the rest of this video will show you how to get there. Now, here's what you can expect in 2024. In 2024, you can expect the market to stay relatively the same. Interest rates will stabilize, maybe drop a bit, nothing life-changing. Home prices will continue to rise. Shocker, right? Why? Because inventory is still low. We do not have enough homes on the market to support the amount of buyers that are ready, able, and willing to buy. But prices are too high. They have to come down. No, actually they don't. According to FHFA census, 68.7% of Americans have their mortgages paid off or at least 50% equity. Alongside that, the price to build right now is through the roof. Labor, material, everything is expensive, as I'm sure you know. Now, it's important to keep in mind, these are just my predictions. I don't have a crystal ball. But from what I've seen, if I had to guess, this is what I would say 2024 would look like. Preparation. Preparation always wins. There are 4 main ways to prepare: declutter, renovations, low-cost renovations, and staging. Declutter it. Make it look like nobody's living there anymore. Guys, I cannot tell you how many homes I still see on the market where I see family photos on the fridge on the wall and little Timmy's room still decorated. I get it. You guys have memories there. But let me put this into perspective for you. When buyers walk in, they want to feel like it's their home now. They have room to grow in it. They can make new memories there. Not that they're intruding into somebody else's life, right? You want to make sure you clean it up, declutter it, and make it look move-in ready. For the most part, renovations will always add value to your home. A kitchen renovation is a great one to do. New paint, new floors, new windows. All these can really add value to your home and make it look more appealing. Lipstick on a pig, as some of us like to call it. I'm not calling your home a pig, I'm just saying, you know. However, if you don't want to dump a lot of money into renovations, the easiest fix you can do, and it's one that I always recommend, is curb appeal. Curb appeal is how good the house looks from the outside or the street view. By having a better curb appeal, you can increase your chances of selling the house faster and for more money. But why is that? Look at all the homes available in your market. What's the first picture you see? The front of the house or the curb appeal. By having this stand out, you can increase the chances of more buyers wanting to see the inside. Lighting. Lighting is another easy fix to do. By having better lighting, you can make the house look bigger, brighter, and more modern. It opens it up more, gives it a sense of height, and makes it feel more inviting. Staging also increases the perceived value and oftentimes the sales price. Staging helps buyers form a creative mind and shows them what's possible. In fact, according to the Real Estate Staging Association, staged homes sell for around $40,000 over list price. And according to the National Association of Realtors, 81% of buyer's agents said that staging helped their clients visualize the property as their home. Staging can cost anywhere from $800 to $2,800 depending on the size of the home and the work that needs to be done. But like we just discussed, staging is well worth it. Pricing your home has a lot to do with how much you get for it. Because 2024 is going to be a bit of a slower market, you can't just put your house on Zillow and the MLS and get an offer $25,000 over asking price. This isn't 2021 anymore. If you truly want to sell your house and get the most from it, you actually have to price it competitively. Let me explain what overpricing your home does to it. Think about it like this. If you have 2 gas stations, one charges $1 per gallon and the other one $10 per gallon, which gas station is going to have a line of people waiting to put gas and which gas station is going to be empty? Which gas station is going to have to raise its prices and which gas station is going to have to lower its prices? Obviously, the one with a line of people is going to have to raise its prices and the other one is going to have to lower them. The same goes for your home. If you overprice it, nobody's going to want to look at it. Gone are the days of putting a sign in the yard, some pictures on Zillow, and waiting for an offer. Don't get me wrong, if you want to do this, you can still do this. I'm sure it works. But what I'm saying is, why not look at the competition and price it accordingly and competitively? Give your home the best chance of selling in the quickest time for the most money. Now, most agents will give you a CMA, or a comparative market analysis, and a net sheet. The comparative market analysis shows comparable properties in your neighborhood so that you can get a better understanding of what your home is worth and what it could sell for. A comparable is a similar property to yours that has recently been sold. Agents usually try to look 3 to 6 months in the past to try to stay as up to date as possible. A sold comparable is really good as it gives you a history of your neighborhood and what's sold in the past. This gives you a pretty good estimate of where to start. A pending, however, is as raw data as you can get. It shows you what a buyer is willing to pay for in that current time. This should narrow your price a bit more. An active is a good way to set the tone. It shows you what's available and how long it's been available. It's a good way to price ahead of the market and lead the market. For example, if a similar home to yours has been on the market for over 30 days and is listed at $500,000, that's a pretty good indication it might be overpriced. You can now take that information and price yours differently so that the same doesn't happen to you. A net sheet shows you the net proceeds you will receive after the sale of your home. It takes into consideration the mortgage balance, escrow fees, transfer tax fees, homeowner's title of policy insurance, and realtor fees. Most agents, when meeting to discuss the sale of your property, will give you a tailored net sheet to show you how much you will net after everything is paid off. You want to get what your home is worth, and ultimately the market will decide what it's worth. If it's worth more than what you have it listed, the market will let you know. You'll have more showings, more offers, and offers over asking price. However, it's a double-edged sword. If you have it overpriced, the market will also let you know. You'll have little to no showings, maybe an offer, and an offer below asking at that. Now that you're prepared, you're ready to talk to an agent. There's two main things you want to look for in an agent. That is trust and knowledge. I will be going over both. You can try your luck at selling the house yourself, but I don't recommend it. Only about 11% of for sale by owners actually succeed, and the ones that do succeed sell for around 35% less on average than agent represented homes. If you are going to be working with an agent, I recommend you work with someone you can trust. Just because you know them doesn't mean you should work with them. You want someone who genuinely wants to help you achieve your goal. Someone who will find the best possible path to help you get there. Experience is good, but it's not always superior. There are agents who have 20 years experience, but aren't always the most attentive, don't reply fast, and maybe aren't the most enthusiastic. Also, on the other hand, there are agents who aren't as experienced, but maybe don't have the knowledge to help you in your specific situation. Like I said, you want to work with someone you can trust. If you can trust them, then you can trust them to find a way to help you. You also want to look at local market knowledge. How familiar are they with your market? How many homes have they sold there? How long have they lived there? How good is their communication? Can they articulate their point in a way that you can easily understand it? How good is their negotiation skills? If they can't even hold a simple conversation, what makes you think it'll be different when it comes to the negotiation of your home? You should also be looking at their marketing plan. What exactly does it involve? What's their availability? When can you contact them? Do they take weekends off? Those are a few questions you can ask when interviewing different agents. Now that you know what you're looking for in an agent, how do you actually find one? There's a few different ways. 1, ask someone you trust who they use to buy or sell their home. They can refer you to somebody. 2, you can go on Google or Zillow, research different agents to see what they offer. Read some of their testimonials and reviews from past clients to make sure they're legit. Social media is another great way to find an agent. A lot of agents post what they've sold and testimonials from past clients there as well. You want to make sure you interview a few different agents to see which one can help you the best and to see which one you connect with the most. Marketing the home, putting it on Zillow and MLS, sending some postcards out and holding an open house is the bare minimum. If you really want to increase the amount of people that your marketing reaches, social media is the way to go. You can do posts, you can tag people, you can do property tours, and you can run paid advertisements to reach an even bigger audience. For instance, when I do a social post on all platforms, me personally, I can reach around 2,500 people. But when I run that same post as a paid advertisement, spending $10 a day, in the span of a couple weeks, I can reach 10,000 people. This is huge. The more eyeballs your property gets, the more engagements, likes, comments, and shares it gets, the more people are going to want to share it with people they know might be looking to buy a house. You can also target a certain area. For instance, if I want to use that same ad, but I only want people in my city to see it, I can do that. You see, the world has changed. I'm not saying open houses don't work anymore. I still believe they're the single best way to sell a home. However, if you want your home to reach the masses, get more exposure, and get more engagement, social media is the way to go. Think about it. How much time do you spend on your phone? The average person spends around 4.5 hours a day on their phone. 2.5 of those hours being on social media. So you see, if you want to catch fish, you have to go where the fish are. Strict showing times is another way you can really hinder your ability to sell the home. For example, showings Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m., Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 12 p.m. I get it. You don't want people randomly marching in your home whenever they feel like it. But if you put yourself in the shoes of the buyer, they are also working hard to be able to afford that home. Some of them only work weekends and can only see the home during the week in the morning. And some of them want to go after church on a Sunday afternoon. If you can make it more available, more days at more times, you can really increase the pool of buyers wanting to see your home, which will ultimately lead to you getting more offers. You can still make your home stand out further by having a compelling headline. This can make all the difference in the world. Most headlines go along the lines of, come have a closer look, or welcome to 123 Main Street in the heart of insert city name. Honey, stop the car, I found our dream home. And so on and so on. Instead of sounding like every other listing on the market, you could take a different approach. For example, are you looking for affordable housing? Or picture this, a hot summer day relaxing under the pergola or in the pool. Or the secret to this home is on the inside. You want to pique curiosity and get them interested, wanting to see more. Picking an offer. Once you've done all the marketing, you're going to start getting offers. There's 5 things that really make a good offer. First, the purchase price. Did they offer above or below asking price? How much above or below? Keep in mind, just because someone sends in the highest offer doesn't make it the best offer. Second, how fast do they want to close escrow? Escrow usually lasts 30 days, but if someone wants to show they're motivated and serious, they can send in an offer with a 21-day close of escrow. Third is the deposit. The deposit is usually 1% of the purchase price. So if the home is $500,000, that's $5,000. However, if the buyer wants to increase his chances of getting his offer accepted, he could send in a 3% deposit. On a $500,000 home, that'd be $15,000. Fourth is a shorter contingency period. This is the time that the buyer has to do the inspections and verify that the property is in good condition, and usually lasts 17 days and starts when the buyer has an accepted offer from the seller. However, the buyer can shorten this to 12 days to show that they're more serious and want to get the deal done as fast as possible. The fifth is an appraisal gap. What I mean by this is, in the contract, there's a box that says other terms. The buyer can write in, if property does not appraise, buyer to make up the difference up to $10,000 at no expense to the seller. Roughly something along the lines of that. This shows that the buyer is so serious, even if the property does not appraise, they're willing to make up the difference up to $10,000. Picking an offer is important. If they can demonstrate one or a few of these 5 things, they're showing that they're very serious and have full intent to close on your home. Inspections. What exactly are the inspections? The inspections are the buyer verifying by professionals that the property is in good condition. The buyer can get as many inspections as they please, but from what I've seen, there's typically 3 that you want to prepare for. That is the home inspection or the whole house inspection, the pest inspection, and the roof inspection. The home inspections will look at general stuff like water heater bracing, oven, stove, appliances, smoke detectors, and carbon monoxide detectors. The pest inspectors are looking for pests, obviously, but also for dry rot and moisture in the walls or the floors. The roof inspectors will be looking for any damage, overall roof and material condition, any flashing, along with leaks and water damage. You can set yourself up for success by making sure the home is in good condition. If a smoke detector is broken, you can replace it. Small fixes here and there can go a long way and build rapport with the buyer. Something you might want to prepare for is a major fix. Remember, inspectors get paid for this stuff, so they will call it. Depending on how costly it is, the buyer can request a credit towards repairs or a request for repairs. You can always negotiate. Sometimes the buyer just wants to see that the owner can help out in some way, and sometimes it is a major fix that the owner needs to address. Every situation will vary. Remember I said that small fixes can go a long way and build rapport with the buyer? Well, that rapport can come in handy when negotiating the bigger fixes. This also goes hand in hand with detaching your emotions from the house. During the sale, you don't want to get emotional or offended by the buyer. Be realistic. No home is perfect. Although you might have done some renovations, they might have necessarily added value or been what the buyers wanted. If you did a do-it-yourself paint job on the inside and the buyers want it done by a professional, don't get offended. They're not taking a jab at you. You want to stay professional. The appraisal. The lender is usually the one to order the appraisal. The purpose of it is to assure the bank that the home is worth what the loan will be given for. The appraiser usually evaluates the home based on size and condition along with comparables. The comparables give the appraiser a good idea of what the home is worth and what it could sell for. If the property appraises the same as the purchase price, then all is good and everybody can move forward. If the property appraises for more than the purchase price, then the buyers get to buy it with some equity. However, because the appraisal directly impacts the loan amount, if the appraisal comes in below the purchase price, the lender will lower the loan to meet the appraisal and the buyer will have to come in with the cash to make up the difference to close or renegotiate the sales price. Like we said in the beginning, it's important to price it right. So as far as selling your home in 2024, I hope this video kind of gave you guys an overview of what you can expect, how to best prepare, and what the actual process looks like. If you guys learned something new, if you could drop a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.